I believe it's not a taboo or anything, right?
You know, if we're going to compare wet dreams with periods,
it's not the same.
It means that I haven't reached my period yet.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Hi guys!
Hi!
Welcome back guys to my channel. As promised, I'm back again today with the guys, but we are joined by two other ladies. You guys saw them on my previous video, so yeah. Before I start, do not forget to like, subscribe and share this video, and also please guys, if you haven't subscribed, I'm begging you, subscribe. Hey. I told you guys, the content this time is gonna be lit, I tell you. So just subscribe, and also guys, please introduce yourselves. You can start over there. Okay, yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Chit.
He's been here before. You guys know him.
Been here before.
Yeah.
And hi guys, my name is Brave Man, aka Pastor Brave Man.
Come on. Now we have a pastor in here. He's also been here before. What's your name? Please remind my people. Yeah. Just Musa. And then you are?
The melanin says it all. Melanin queen.
You remember her? Come on.
And this is Dr. Red again.
You remember her from my previous video. So guys, I'll also put up their Instagram handles. Please do make sure you follow them on Instagram, okay? So guys, you guys watched my previous video on the girls. We were talking about puberty, how, you know, we were taught and everything, and by our parents, whatever. You know, you guys saw that video. If you haven't seen it, please make sure you watch it and come back and watch this one. So today the guys will be telling us how they grew up, how they faced puberty, how their parents handled the whole thing, how they will also improve with their kids or their younger siblings and nephews and all of that. We'll just be having like a discussion like the last time. So guys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a girl and I don't know what it's like going through puberty as a guy. Yes, some things can be the same, but there are a lot of things which are also different. Like we have different kind of changes going on, hormonal changes, and you know, like things are growing in different places, and it's different from girls and guys. So when you guys reach puberty, did you guys get like an instruction or like a teaching from your parents or guidance how it's gonna go? Like, you know, there'll be girls, there'll be feelings, your things will grow, there'll be pubic hair and all of that. Did you guys get that kind of a teaching? Why is he laughing?
Things will grow.
Yeah, I'm talking about people. But guys, it happens even with girls. Like your breasts start growing, your hips are growing. You know, it happens.
Your voice gets deeper.
Exactly. Yeah. Things change. You even have, what is it?
Oh no.
Adam's apple. Adam's apple.
Yeah.
Not to all of us. The boys. No.
It didn't change.
For me, I've never had a teaching like for my parents about, you know, the changes in puberty. But I believe the school system, you know, there were subjects that will do that will teach you.
School, yeah.
To say, okay, in a man, this is what you'll see. In a woman, then we have two pictures, people naked, and then you see and
the differences and
but
stuff.
they do not elaborate even more. But I think that's where we go to understand. So, okay, now I
These are the changes.
Something's growing, as you said.
Yeah.
I think for me it's a similar thing. I had the information
From school?
from books, yes.
Or from books, yeah.
You read books, you know what to expect, but come on, we're all from back then.
Yeah, they don't really tell you.
Yeah, we don't talk about these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't talk about these things. Yeah, but I knew what to expect. And then we'd even count our pubes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you count your pubes to see how far you are.
Wow, what about facial hair though? Would you also count that? So, oh, you
It
wouldn't?
doesn't have any.
You've got a video.
Oh, okay. Come on, good guys.
Some people have beards and stuff, but it's okay. So what about you?
Yeah, for me, I feel like I got the information from the guys. I got the information
from your
my
friends.
peers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised by two strong females, so I never had that male figure, someone who would come and teach me and tell me, so this will happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got it from the streets.
Really?
Because you belong to the
And I was a late bloomer, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Everything happened late.
yeah.
Okay. So now, you know how with us girls, we have like periods and all of that as we like keep growing and all of that. So with guys, like as we read the books and like life orientation will teach us that with guys it's different. They don't have periods, but they have like wet dreams and all of those kind of things. Would you guys say you've experienced that? I mean, if it's happening, I mean, most people say it happens to them. So have you guys also like experienced it and all of that growing up, and maybe like when you reach the puberty stage? I believe it's not a taboo or anything, right?
You know, if we're gonna compare wet dreams with periods,
it's not the same.
It means that I haven't reached my period yet.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Listen. Do I have dreams about me being intimate with a female? Of course I do. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm human after all.
But
have I ever woken up and found the bed wet?
No.
Yeah. The only time I was a kid and I peed the bed. That's it. That's as far as I can remember.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wait, because
this
is different.
Yeah, I've also had guys tell me that they've had like wet dreams.
I really thought like wet dreams is for them, it's how they know that, okay, now if I sleep with a girl, I can make her pregnant.
Yeah.
Like how...
No.
It is there.
We see white stuff somewhere. You get me? And then we're like,
Oh, it's time.
it's time.
So there's a time for guys too? There's a time, like, for guys with us, like, before periods.
Yeah,
like,
you know you can never fall pregnant.
So after periods, it's like, okay, now, so
Once
you
I
guys have, like,
sleep,
a time also?
You know what? During around a certain age, your underwears, you'll see something on your underwears, some white stuff in the morning.
So
You wake up.
Yes, because like you wake up with an erection if you are normal, if you are healthy.
Oh wait,
that
starts like at that age.
Nah,
No.
from birth.
From birth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're
Okay.
born
I'm
with
learning.
I didn't know this too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I didn't know.
You start seeing some white stuff there, and then you realize, because then we talk about it as like, it's cancer. You get me? And then then you know that okay, now I can make babies, and it's to start doing a family planning. So.
Okay.
So it's not like it's the same with everybody.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, I suppose.
And for some of us, you know, with this wet dream thing, it's not something that I have experienced personally, but it will be something that when we meet, we talk about it, right? But it will not be a thing whereby therapists will come and say, last night I had it. No. But it will be a thing where we'll be talking about wet dreams, or maybe when you're sleeping, you have thoughts, because now we'll be reading magazines, you know. We'll actually go and look for these magazines to find women, you know.
I believe you.
Or you know, in some newspapers at the end, behind the newspaper, they'll put some naked women and all those things.
You know,
Actually, I used to see that.
Emmanuel, ETV 12.
Yes.
Magazine, Baba.
No, it's a at 12. He's right.
ETV at 12 used to be the life.
Yeah, so from those things, then you'll start having those thoughts, like, you know, I want to, you know. And then from there you'll just have the thoughts, but there's not necessarily wake up in here.
That's what it means, right? Okay, so I believe that there's also like a period where now there's gonna be like this kind of imaginations and thoughts and feelings going on, like changes, like emotional changes that take place, right?
When you start having feelings for other girls, when you start having, maybe that one particular crush, or maybe Dineo from Generation.
Come on, Dineo.
Hi, Dineo, wherever you are.
Okay, so anyway, it's normal. Those changes actually do take place. They are normal, but there's no one like came to say, listen, my son, you'll go through 1, 2, 3, but don't react in this way because this will happen.
But
no
like,
taught you, right?
that is them. Like, maybe they know a guy whose father sat down.
Yeah. Do you guys know anyone that actually got like an instruction as to how to handle the whole situation when the time comes?
Yeah, the rich kids.
So, I mean, if they get that teaching, I want to know, like, how are they, like, how are they now?
How do they sit down? And
like, now, you know how sometimes when you get the teaching, you know what to avoid. Did they actually apply what they were taught? Because you said you don't have...
Honestly, I feel like it's not rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
Either you get it from your parents or you just learn it from
the streets.
Streets.
Yeah.
Either or, the outcome is the same. Because by the time that you actually do all the things,
Yeah.
your education system should have covered it already.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Unless you are a bit slow, then you're gonna have a problem. But otherwise, nah.
I think when it comes to the education thing, it might not be per se from our parents. It's a thing that we can learn from the street and all those things. Some of these things we learn, you know, from the street. But I think at the end of the day, we're talking about comparing someone who got an education from their parents and someone who just learned from the street. You might find that I've learned it from my parents, but I'm just a mess. And someone who learned it from the street,
true.
and that person actually, you know,
They turned out
so
well.
it's
Very.
It depends on the
I think it
individual.
depends on the individual.
Yeah, what they do. That's
Yeah.
what
No, the reason I say the streets are better because
also
I feel
think
like
the streets are
they're explicit. They don't.
they don't
Yes,
see.
Yeah, they won't
They
hide
don't
anything.
see
They won't hide
anything,
anything. We'll tell
yeah.
you because we are your
Do you
peers.
feel like maybe your parents would hide some things or they'll filter
No,
something?
they'll put it. You'll get lost in translation because they'll try to put it in a proper
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
But
That
then you
won't
might
that
confuse.
won't make you want to
They
go
don't call
and
it
do
spade a
it.
spade.
Yeah, that's true. They kind of sugarcoat some things.
Yeah.
But then now, I mean, with us, like we mentioned in our video, we got the threat, like, if you get pregnant, you are out of here kind of thing. Did you guys get this kind of threats from your parents? Or like, how did they touch up on the sex thing? They just never spoke about it at all. They like told you to listen, Tsapi, so if you dare get a baby mama, I'm kicking you out of my house. Or did you guys get that?
No, for me, the minute my mom noticed that now was being like all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she kind of like we took a drive. Then she told me her story. So her telling me her story, it was like a way of maybe putting the fear to me that if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
you make a girl pregnant, and if you make a girl pregnant, this and this and this are the consequences that you will face.
Okay.
Like for her, she wasn't able to go to finish her studies in university because Tepiso was now there.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? So she had to take care of Tepiso and do other things, and she ended up going to get a computer degree, but not what she wanted to be or what she wanted to acquire.
So that's how she just
it
kind of
was the
talked about
fear. Fear is strong, guys.
yeah, they apply it, eh?
They use
So-
it.
And what about you guys?
From my side, so I had a girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
and this girlfriend, you know, in church,
Yeah.
church boy.
Yeah.
So it happened that with my girlfriend, we found a corner where, you know, we kissed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, in church.
Come on, man.
Wait. So it happened, right? And then
Yeah.
then one of my friends saw it, and then they went to report it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are you at this time?
I don't know. 15? I can't remember my age.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
So
So they went and, you know, they reported us, and yeah, it was wonderful. And then
what was wonderful?
The kids, of course.
no. Now that they have reported us, you know what will happen.
Yeah, that is the
Church,
punishment.
you know, you get punishment, right?
Yeah.
But instead of my mom punishing me, it came in a sort of a lesson, you understand?
Okay.
Where actually my friends, some of my friends that we used to play together, they had to come to my house, right?
Okay.
And go to learn about chlamydia from my mom. And she had pictures where the pennies would having, you know,
Oh, that's
you have
great.
Your mom tried to traumatize you.
She used fear
And
in
then
a
we saw
smart
all these
way
things
though.
and says, if you continue kiss girls and this, that, you
More
find
especially in church.
you'll end up finding yourself
There's
having, you know,
chlamydia.
there's chlamydia, there's diseases,
Yeah.
you know. And she went,
Chlamydia. Church
for
boys.
me, because like in that small meeting that we had, it was not only me, even the girl that I kissed was there. So she was just addressing, because one thing from there, it was that my mom and my girlfriend's mom were friends. So instead of they were just in one place and some of my friends, and we spoke about this, and she also went to speak about other things that can happen to a girl, like falling pregnant at an early age and all those things.
Oh,
That was actually
in a way,
nice. That was actually
It
instilled
fear,
fear,
but it was-
it in a way it instilled fear. And
Yeah.
if I
But
do
it was
it,
something.
you know,
yeah.
You knew you'd get chlamydia.
It's for chlamydia. You didn't claim about chlamydia at such a young age.
Wow.
No,
Yes,
for it was different. I had the talk after my first child. Yeah, then the
First child.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
A man can never know.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no, I don't think.
Oh my
I don't think I was close with my mom, and my dad and yeah. So when it comes to these things, these talks, it's very difficult, especially if you're raised by a woman.
Yeah.
So my mom actually never had that talk with me. When she attempted, I was already maybe 3 years down doing the deed. So it was already too late. I already know what the forbidden.
But the effort though, she still kind of talked to you about it. But was she like instilling fear, or was she talking to you about like, listen, I'm warning you about 1, 2, 3?
No,
like,
she was like, wear a condom. I'm like, say less.
That's all. Your parents though, guys. All I'm saying is, as much as there was fear somewhere there and there, but they actually kind of taught you something.
Yeah.
You got something out of it. Like, and I don't know, how would you guys do it differently with your kids though?
Oh wow. If I get a female child, I would definitely take them to Imbalances. Period.
Wow. Sorry. Wait. I feel like that's the female's responsibility. Deal with the male children, because what do you know about Umhlanga?
No. I know that Umhlanga can keep a girl up until she gets married. That's what I want for my daughters.
And for your
son? For my boy, I will just say, you know what, boy, do the things.
Do the things. What is
that?
That is what is happening currently.
You see that thing?
It's not. Listen. It's not. Even if a boy child gets their education or whatsoever, they will do it either way. And the teacher will tell them that it's okay for you to do it at a younger age, so that you will learn, so that you try and know the female body and everything. But for the girl, it's different.
Wait. Just to try to understand you would be supporting that
I won't
logic
support
from the street when you have a son.
I won't support him to do the things, but I would say, even if you do the things, it's okay.
And why can't you do that with your daughter?
Because
exactly.
And different
your son could also get other people pregnant.
I have a different view.
Okay, let's hear it.
For me, I have a different view.
Okay.
I think because Joe said just deal with the guy child. You are the man, and allow the ladies to deal with the girl child.
Okay.
For me, I have a different perspective on that. Is that for me as a guy, the kids that I'll have, whether a boy or girl, they are my children.
Yeah.
So I need to be able to relate to them in different ways. So this one is a girl. If I'm a guy, I should be comfortable speaking with my girl child about periods, right? And other things that relate to a lady. And I should be able to learn about all those things, because what if there is not there and things happen?
You need to be a medical doctor, so it's gonna be easy.
Even if you're not a medical doctor, you're a father.
You should be able to.
You're a father before you're a doctor.
And then when it comes to the boy child, right? For me, it's unfortunate I did not have a father figure now who guide me, except my brother-in-law that came later in life. But I will make it a point that I just teach the person, because the only thing is to teach the person and not instill fear in them. What will happen later on, whether they go and do the deed, is that they know that if you do this, you need to be responsible. Because most of the time, for me, for my side, right, you grow in a Christian home and all those things, right? They all tell you, don't do this, don't do that, and you're just afraid, like, why are you telling me not to do this? You understand? And there is no lesson that I'm getting from that. Instead, because I feel like even I was kissing in church, where they tell me not to do this thing, but I was doing it there in the very same place. So meaning there are also other young people who are actually doing these things in the church, right? So instead we can just in a way convey the message to them to say, this is maybe pay different religions, whatever what you believe in, right? If this is what you do, and I think for me, even the church should be in an environment where people are taught about all those things.
Yeah.
To a point even
shouldn't
where
be like
they're taught about this
about
contraceptive,
this.
not in a way where we are promoting it, but in a
Yes.
way that you decide what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
So it will depend on the
got the
person, but I've
message,
given
you
you the
just-
lesson, so you choose what to
What to
do.
do with it,
Like
exactly.
in church here, when you talk, they're like,
But
No, but it's true, you know, it's true what he's saying. Because give the person every
Come on,
information.
but
Tell them
the-
what will happen and what will not happen if they do want to. Let them know about the consequences and then they decide if they're going to do it or not. Because our parents, they don't even tell us anything. They don't even give us like, you know, like what's going to happen if you do this. Like they just, you don't go, you don't touch that topic. You don't.
Exactly. Because like going to what Sepis was saying, like if you be like, okay, girls, you don't like girls, you go to Mhlangeni, and then boys, you know, whatever. Because that is, I feel like in some families, in some families, that is what is currently happening now. Like when
Even in my family.
the boys, it's okay for them to do that, but for girls, it's like, yo,
Yeah, you
don't even.
don't.
And
okay.
that's
No,
not.
It's I have a younger cousin who's literally like my sister.
Mm-hmm.
For me, she's what, probably 22 and still a virgin. What I did to her was like, yo, baby girl, let me show you what we guys do.
are you sure she's still a virgin?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't check.
Oh gosh.
So I used to go with her everywhere. I'd take her out in the house. I'm like, okay, sharp, today we're going to party, right? I buy her alcohol if she wants alcohol. I rolled her first blunt, okay, because I don't want another nigga taking the care of her. I'm the brother. I'm supposed to do that.
But you're in Russia.
And then I went around. No, she rolled her old blunt. I used to take her around. When I was busy, I would take her around 4 females. So that she sees what I can do. And I'll be telling her like, another nigga can do the same to you. So be woke. You get me? I'm not saying don't do it, but be woke. I would even tell her that, yo, if it's late at the party and then I found something and then I'm not sleeping at home, I'm like, yo, see something now.
Something.
But be careful. If you can't find a place to sleep, call me. If you can sleep at your friends, it's okay. But be responsible. Until today, I'm very proud of her because she's being responsible. She doesn't have a kid, she doesn't have anything. You get me? So, and which was something that was rare in our family.
So do you think you'll do the same for your kids? Because the question was about your kids, right?
Yeah,
Since you're doing it for her.
Well, I can't take my kids around, show them teaching, cheating, but yes, I think I'll be as explicit as I can. Yeah.
But having a kid doesn't make you look like you are on the wrong track because there's abortion now. So you might look like you're on the right track, but you have several matters.
It's not murder.
Okay,
it's not
that's
murder.
Topic for another day.
It's not matter, but yeah, I hope you get my point.
Topic for
Yeah.
You people. So yeah, guys,
Yeah.
as we were discussing now about the whole thing, you guys said that that's the kind of instruction that you'd also give to your kids. You'd be more free to them, like as to relationships and stuff. Okay, besides the whole sex thing and all of that, are your parents cool right now about relationships and you bringing people home and all of that? Like you guys actually have those talks about girls and stuff?
Yeah.
Really?
Me and my mom, we are cool. We are really cool.
Did that start recently or like it's been happening like ever since you were a teenager?
No, like I grew up, I was raised by my grandmother, né? So my mom only came back home when I was doing my 8th grade. So that's when we started like talking, but the streets already influenced me somehow. So we started talking there and there. I started telling her about girls and what's not, and she was open because we don't have much of a age difference. We're like 19 years apart. So it's easy for her to just be spontaneous with me, to just like tell me whatsoever, and it's easy for me to tell her whatsoever, you know. Even now she posts my girlfriend. Shout out to my girlfriend.
Wow, okay.
So
You see?
it's okay. We are like in
That's
that kind of
great.
thing.
That's so great. I know her. You too.
To bring your girlfriend home.
Not while she's like there, you know, but
Okay.
she's okay with me taking my girlfriend to my room.
She's aware that she's
and
around and
yeah,
everything.
she's aware that she's around, but not like when she's sitting in the sitting room with her friends. I'm like, come on, I know, come on, baby, come on, baby, let's go now.
Okay, that makes
that's
sense.
Like disrespect.
Okay, and then you guys?
Okay, for me, well, my mom tries. She wants me to tell her about my business, and
Oh wow.
and yeah, no I don't. No I don't. There need to be boundaries, you get me?
Seriously.
There needs, bro, let me tell you something. I believe I'm a black child. There are some Western cultures that I will not adopt.
Yeah.
Like what?
I will not have a discussion about my relationship with
Your mother, okay.
unless
So the kids won't have a
unless
Yes, good question, Sophie.
unless I am at an age to say that okay, this is the person that I'm going to marry. Because bro, we're busy out here, you get me?
Yeah,
so you can't be going around every weekend. I'm like, yo mom, this is so and so, this is so and so, this is so and so.
Now I get your reason.
Okay, I get
Because-
you.
Now I get your reason.
If it's not, even though it's not
get
every
you.
weekend, it's how long is it gonna be? Every 6 months? Because come on, relationships don't last that long these days. You get me?
They do actually.
Even
Some do.
yeah, with the young Corobella, not everything.
Okay, Joel. People break speaks, Joel. So you mean that you also won't have that relationship with your kids? Like,
No,
as people was asking?
I want my kids to be as free as they can with me, but they still need to understand that I'm their parent, not their parent.
Okay, brave man.
So
No,
boundaries.
he's gonna do what my mom is doing.
No, with me, we're very open with my mom. So my mom is actually my friend. Right? So I talk to her about my relationship, and she gets to know my person. See? So yeah. So
But wait, can't you mom be your friend and not mingle in your business?
no, it's
No,
not like
it's
I
not
tell her
really-
each and every
Yeah, but
detail.
like, but tell her about your girlfriend situation.
Yeah, she asked, do you have a girlfriend?
You have a girlfriend, exactly.
Because she
Yes,
wanted
I
to
do.
me,
It
do you have
has
a
to-
girlfriend? If you did not have a girlfriend, I was actually going to be worried.
To be worried.
No, like
you
Yeah,
at
a lot
this
of them
age,
actually get
and
married.
you know, you are not even
Yeah.
seeing someone or thinking about it. You
Wait,
know?
is
It
it?
means you are
Wait,
playing for the other team.
No, not me. But anyone, there's a certain age where you come, like, okay, this age, not necessarily that everyone needs to be in a relationship at that time or whatever,
Yeah.
but there's that thing that
You expect
are
it.
you seeing someone? No,
Yeah.
I'm still thinking 1, 2, 3. It's not a push, but it was a question that came
Yeah.
because she wanted to know what's
Wait,
happening.
wait.
in my
And
life.
you
What I want to know is that
And I
does
was
she
seeing
know?
someone.
And you
Wait.
exactly.
Does she want to know that you're in a relationship and it ends there, or she wants to know who it is?
Well, I
She wants
think
to
It
know.
would be
up to you
if
if
I
you want to
tell her.
open up and
Exactly.
tell her that.
And she does not have a problem with that.
Exactly.
So your mom knows who your girlfriend
Yes.
is?
Yeah.
She does.
It doesn't move you. Why?
I get
No, I feel
different
like
homes,
for
different.
me, let me just say something, right? I feel like today, when it comes to these relationships, right, we have your own view, I have my own view. So you have different views. So you find that some people, they just want to be, what do they call them?
Exclusive.
Or recreational, relationships where it's
yeah.
just for fun. I sleep with Fufu tonight, we go out, I get the girl,
Get the man.
So it's just, and to someone like
Not to me,
me, to someone like me, I feel like if I go into relationship, I go, what is my intention about this relationship?
Yeah.
So
Come
it's
on.
me dating with intentions, right?
that's
So
faster.
Come on.
so it makes it easy even if I want to introduce my girlfriend to my mom. And
Yeah.
in me introducing my girlfriend to my mom, it does not mean that really tomorrow we're getting married.
Yeah.
You understand? Because life can happen in between.
Yeah.
I
And
might
it
find that the
does.
person that I'm with,
Change.
having those good intentions, they're not compatible for me to spend the rest of my life with.
Just one question.
Yes, please.
How long before you tell your parents? How long would you be dating the person before you tell them?
Depends on the
6
person
months
though.
plus for me.
6 months.
Yeah, 6
Yeah,
months
maybe.
plus.
I think for me a year maybe.
Yeah. For me, it's 6 months.
Maybe a
plus.
year because early.
How many relationships have you been in the past beautiful 5 years?
It's okay. It depends on the definition of the relationship.
Hey!
Next question.
Okay. I did say say when I was doing the girls' day, but I'll bring something up. Guys, I said that I was gonna bring something up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even in my family, I see it a lot that, like, you know, my older cousins or even my brother, like my uncles and my dad, they're so chilled with them, you know, having girlfriends. Even their girlfriends come over, like, to sleep over and stuff. And my parents, my dad is even, you know, people are always like, my uncles are always happy about it. They welcome them. They even call them Makoti, and even their babies. Okay, they're not. My brother's only 3 years older than me. And so my cousins, but this started like a while ago. Like they have kids now.
They should be accepting Kenyanese from you more.
But that's the thing.
It's weird. My mom did try to do the same thing with me. My baby mama came over with the kid, and then they were like, okay, sharp, you guys go sleep in that room. Did I not sleep in the couch? No, it's my mom's house. I will, if I sleep in the
So you slept on the couch?
Yes, because I was tempted to do the deed in my mom's house.
And it's different. It's so different. Anyway, you people, this is TMI. This is TMI. All I'm saying is, in my family, I see it a lot. I see it a lot, right? It happens, guys, and I feel like I don't understand why. It's in for us, the girls. If I went to sleep over at some guy's house, my dad would be, he wouldn't even allow that. Like it's not even allowed.
Go to him.
That's why I don't understand why is that difference. Like they don't even know. Like at home, they don't even know. Like okay, my mom is chilled about the dating thing now all of a sudden, but my dad, like we don't even discuss boys with him, you know. So it's like, why is it that with my brother and my guy siblings, my guy cousins, it's okay. Like bring your baby mamas home, like you know, do whatever. But for your own girl child, like it's not allowed. Why is there that difference? If you guys have siblings that are female, like do you guys also see that happening in your family?
Yeah,
especially the last question.
It's the way society interprets things, right?
Yeah.
So like in society, I think I had gone this conversation with some of my friends.
Yeah.
In society, it's expected for a man to be a man. Or
Exactly.
a masculinity, understand, right?
So,
and women, I can say sometimes they're treated as objects. Or they consider themselves objects.
Exactly.
Understand?
Okay.
So that is why for me as a guy, if I happen to bring fufu maybe in a house, depending on the family setting, right? They say you have to an daughter, right? But if a lady decides now to say I'm visiting a guy or whatever, right?
same one.
They will use all those names, right?
But when the girl comes over to your family's house, do they see her like that? Like
They
if
see
she's a
her
Makoti?
They'll see as Makoti.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
the interpretation of things by the society, that makes the imbalance to be there, you know. So how women they themselves see themselves and how men view themselves, you understand?
Yeah.
So for me to be a man, I have to do 1, 2, 3. I bring my girlfriend and my uncles would be wow,
Like
your
you're
girl
just such a,
is amazing.
you know?
But if you bring your guy, they'll do things with the guy and say, why are you here? And all that.
Grilling.
So it's a different story.
Okay.
So and also to add on that, sorry, to add on that, I think this thing of maybe segregating the two parties, right? It causes a lot of things in such a way whereby we find that a lot of maybe young girls in a way, because as men we don't talk about what happens and we'll just keep quiet. They are more vulnerable maybe to emotional issues, right? And maybe they get depression and all those things. A guy, Joel, does things to you, hurts you. You cannot talk to Fufu. Fufu, there's nothing that they can say much that will heal you, you understand? And you do not have that relationship with a parent, because if you go to a parent and say, hey, you know, I was with this guy and this guy, they also you started water, you know, and all those things, of which makes the lady to be vulnerable in most of the things. But let's say, I'm just saying, if a platform was open whereby they know that you're in a relationship, right? And they believe that you're an adult, you are responsible and all those things, right? And then that guy hurts you, you know. I believe the words of a parent, they have power, you know, over us. The words that a parent can say to you, they strengthen you. So you find that is why people, they decide to commit suicide, because they can't talk to their parents and friends, they cannot help them. So if we can fix that thing whereby the boy and the girl, they're not treated differently, they're treated equally, and we should, of course, in a way, we never come to a point where we say we're equal, but there should be a way whereby the standard meet, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One question.
Yeah.
Would you allow your daughter to bring another boy in your house?
Yeah.
To say that this is my boyfriend
At what age?
at the age of 14?
No, at the age of 14, no.
Then would you be okay with your son telling you that
No.
I have a girlfriend at the age of 14?
No. No.
What day? No,
When
Be
people
the
are
same.
dating,
No, wait. No, maybe 15 you go, you know, proposing all those things.
15, that's when we started dating.
I was thinking of the same thing.
Disappointed.
What's it happening? That's it.
No, but for me, no. If
I started.
no,
Yeah,
I think
so,
for
yeah.
with this one,
But
you
maybe
just
guys
have to
should
be
just
maybe
start
realistic, you know. A
Okay,
14-year-old boy comes to us and say, "Dad, I have a girlfriend."
No.
Ah, wait, Joel, no.
Hold on,
No,
hold
no,
on.
And then no, but if maybe they are above 18 and all those things, because if they happen to start these things early, there are a lot of things that you need to consider, and not that when you are doing those things, when you are maybe preventing, because that's what you are doing, right? When you're preventing, it's not like you're saying don't do it, but you're saying this is not yet the time, you know. But maybe when now they're 18, they go to varsity, we expect nothing less.
Okay, I have
At
a
the
question.
end of the day, the female daughter or the daughter and the son, they will date
Yes.
16 years, 15
I have a
years.
question.
They will start dating by that time.
So-
just that you have to accept that.
I hear you guys are saying you will teach your children, like you will have the sit down and then you'll tell them about like everything, sex and menstruation, basically puberty. What is the right age? Like at what age do you sit down and have the talk with them? Because I hear Brave saying at 14, no, like you will prevent them. At what age do you have that sit down with them?
I have a younger brother. My younger brother is 14 years old now, if I'm not mistaken. I had the chat with him at the beginning of the year because
This
me
year?
and him, me and him, we grew up more or less the same. So there's no father figure and all that, you see. So I had to be the one
Okay, that's great.
who raised the standard and be like, no, Dwana, check. Things and this will happen. And you want to maybe invite girls over and whatever and do certain things. And I started seeing things in him, you know. I started seeing the way he talks, the way he refers to me, the way he when I like maybe try to get a point of view from him and like, what do you think of that girl? And like, ish, then I noticed, okay,
It's
that
time. It's time now.
It's time now to have the talk. So,
Okay, yeah, that's okay.
I feel like you, as a parent, you have to test the waters.
Yeah, so
And
how
if-
you gonna test the waters? You're gonna say that you tell your son that, hey,
What do
what do you
think?
think about that woman? Once your wife is cooking at home, shame on me.
No, I think you just not put maybe an age.
Joel is against me, guys. I hope you can see that. It's just against me.
It's a Joel versus Stephen.
I think let's not put like an age to say a 10 start, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think, you know, people they mature differently and,
Yeah.
and the way things are now, you know. My nephew recently had a friend introduced him to porn. And he himself did not know about this thing until the friend came, you know. So I believe the only thing which makes us not to be able or to be aware what's happening or maybe is because parents, they're too busy to have time for their kids. So you find that you're a doctor, you're always up and down. You never have time to actually see what's happening around the child, you know. So we actually, for me as a parent, I need to have that time with my child and get to understand this person that I'm dealing with. And then you know that this time I need to start talking about
Because
this thing.
if you have the talk with them at 10 years old, maybe by doing so, you're exposing them to
Premature.
premature.
So when they
things.
start seeing this, then you see that this is
Test the waters.
I feel like that
What does
one.
that mean?
Nah.
No,
Okay.
man.
Guys, our time is almost up, right? So let's just talk about the last thing and then maybe you'll just say like a few points and then we can close. About the hygiene thing when it comes to guys, right? We spoke about it in the girls video, like, you know, as you grow up, like you start having certain odors and stuff like that. So did you guys get a teaching piece as to how to take care of yourself, how to make sure you're always clean, looking good, smelling good and all that, you know, especially because you don't always use roll-on as you grow up. You have to start like at a specific age and taking care of yourself, bathing and all of that. Did anyone like teach you guys that, or you just learned along the way?
If you are raised by a woman.
Yeah, if you're raised by a woman.
If you're raised by a woman.
Actually,
that's the
you guys
first thing
actually
they teach
share
you.
the same thing, sort of.
If you're raised by a woman, I swear to you, even today, if I'm gonna land home and then I have to come back to Russia, then one thing that I'm sure of, my mom is gonna buy is toiletries.
Toiletries,
Okay.
exactly.
She's not gonna even ask me if I have or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then make sure you have a cologne and everything.
Yeah.
No one's sad.
So-
So I must.
Yeah, my mom told me
Make
if
sure.
a man needs to have clean shoes,
Yeah.
Oh,
he
hey,
must smell good. Yes,
Spend
okay.
money on your girls. I'm
Exactly.
kidding.
and the room.
Yeah.
They teach you how to take care of girls, though.
No. You see, that one is very simple. If you're raised in a family full of men, you're probably going to be a shitty boyfriend.
Doesn't matter.
But if you are raised by a woman, because I believe like in my family, like there are a lot of women.
Yeah.
So you learn to appreciate women.
Women,
You
exactly.
know what they like, you know what they love.
One
And then
eye.
that's why you just treat them like the queens that they are.
Yeah.
Guys,
You
though,
get
you guys.
We are queens.
Exactly.
Alright, guys, that is all about this video. We
Ah,
could
he's
have
putting his charming face.
point.
Don't follow him, guys.
Treat you like a queen.
One point, I can see. I only see you. So, guys, that's all on this video. We would actually go on, but because of time, I don't like my videos being too long. We have to stop here. But if you want a part 2, please do indicate. I'll invite them back again for a part 2. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And also, don't forget to follow them on Instagram, guys. They're interesting people. Tell me if you want me to bring them back again so that we can have a part 2, okay? And yeah, that's all, guys. You want to say anything before we close? You guys are good?
Thank you for watching the video.
Happy New Year.
Stay safe, guys. Please behave yourself. Take good care of yourself, guys. See you on my
Social
next
distancing.
video. Social distancing. See you on my next video, guys. Bye.
Bye.